All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 12.
On the movements of the Earth, more like on the movements of these heads that are about to roll.
I guess
Am I
so.
right?
Yeah. Botany and Oxy, you guys are going to find out how much of a team you really are real quick. And also, like, how much you can spin this guy's yarn into something like, no, sir, we wouldn't be studying astronomy. We're just fucking your daughter. And it's like, oh, well then, pulls out the sword.
Which of you do I need to kill? They each pointed at each other.
Yeah. I can't read.
We'll take them together. You slowly from the right, me from the left.
I'm taking him now. No, and then just starts running away.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You
got on there.
But hey, there's the possibility that he is just being like, hey, you stay away from my daughter, and that he's not actually,
That would be amazing.
Like, wouldn't that be a hilarious, just like, I'm an inquisitor, so I want you to know that, like, I can do some terrifying shit.
Right. If any of you try to mess with her, touch her in any way, I will slowly remove all of your fingers and toes.
Like, I'm waiting for the point where he's, like, telling them all about the torture that he does, and they're, like, terrified. They're like, oh, God. And then he's like, so, don't you dare break my daughter's heart.
Respectful to my daughter.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, yeah. And then he's like, wait, what did you, wait, hang on.
Yeah. It's like, no, sir, it's okay. We're in a relationship with each other. See, like you're good. And he's like, oh, okay, well then.
Yeah, he has a different kind of inquisitor,
Right. But all right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah. God, his voice is so perfect for this. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Setting that aside. Oh.
Okay.
Ah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he is in the breadcrumb stage.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, don't suspect you of anything, no. Oxy, shut up.
Yeah, just...
Nice.
It's a lot of books to check.
Damn, Botany has prepared thoroughly. Thank you for organizing it, too. Cleaning up and everything. Oh, no way!
No!
But the tiniest little thing!
Oh my God!
Why didn't you keep that on your person, Oxy?
Oh. Okay. All right. That's the episode title. Okay.
Yep. He just calculated the odds of the fight in here.
Right. I'm by myself.
Yep.
I need to report this, I
have a daughter. Like,
they know who she is. They interact with her.
And that's enough. He can now, like, suspect them in some way.
Right.
Even if he has nothing now. Yeah. He has time.
Right.
That's going to be too late. What? What about it? He's like, what have you not told me? Why is this
what
necklace?
about this?
What would he notice about this? Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh. Botany's about to blow a blood vessel. No, he did react.
I mean, you were about to draw your weapon, so clearly something was happening.
Yep. I can't believe they're talking like this when it could be that he's listening right outside the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Good call.
Okay.
He won't be able to follow that as easily with dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the entrance is properly hidden. I love it. What a line. So which of them gets caught?
Right. You were going to do this regardless.
Mm-hmm. One of them isn't yours. It's mine.
I mean, if he wants to take his book with him, that's his choice. You know, just
no,
it's easy to.
No, because now they're affiliated. No, they would absolutely have an argument about it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Or we could still end up totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Okay.
In the end, is it faith? Wow, that's wisdom. Yeah. Faith. Yep. Damn.
Okay.
Oh, I love this. But, we kind of need to leave, so...
Yeah.
I guess the burning is what's slowing them down, but yeah. Uh-huh. They'll strengthen it. Yeah, they'll add something to it. They'll see from a different perspective. Yeah, this is...
Okay.
Whoa.
Sure.
Whoa. As someone that was, panically, avoiding looking at the sky. Yeah.
At a later date.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought you guys were going your separate ways.
Well, no, they could reunite. He said, we'll reunite when the world turns. Are they already on their way? Oh my god.
Okay. Take the tunnel now. Go.
Oh my gosh.
Moving quick.
Fuck the letter, man!
Yeah.
Don't say stupid shit!
We gotta go.
Split! They can probably see the fire already. Oh, damn. Can't you go? Yeah, you can't. You can't flee safely.
Oh, he'll buy you time.
Yeah. Right now, you can't do it. Yeah. Wow. Oxy, what a legend.
Is he keeping his sword here? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Oh. Yeah. Right. Right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's my faith. Uh-huh. And now the heavens are
I'm
my
not afraid
faith.
anymore.
Yep.
The problem is that Bodny is actually the worst one to get away because he's so easy to find.
It's too late in terms of that.
Oxy's a nobody.
Damn,
All right.
they're both gonna die. Like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, this is a stupid plan.
Yeah.
Oh, roll credits. Let's fucking go.
All right. He's gonna bless him before he goes.
Whoa.
When they've got 5 minutes left. Yeah.
Take this man's soul to.
I'm gonna anoint this man. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh. Oh. Oh, this is beautiful.
All right. Let's go. Oh my god. Holy shit. Those eyes.
Yes. One. Yeah. Whoa!
Whoa!
Dead!
Oh!
Dead!
Whoa!
Dead! That's two! Oh! Bro just caught it! Bro just caught it!
Where's your faith?
Oh. Meanwhile.
Yeah.
Back then. Oh.
Yeah, everyone's got a study or a story.
You can visualize them as the one that killed your brother. Yeah. Oh, yes. Novak story. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. And Oxy's ready to die.
Yeah. Oh, getting chills. No way.
Oh my god. Okay.
I am. Oh, yeah.
All right.
I don't know. That was the answer. Yeah.
No! No! You can't end it there!
No!
You can't end it there!
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
This show has got me by the balls.
Yeah,
by the orbs.
That was
Like-
thrilling.
Yeah.
The escalation from conversation in the street
Yep.
to
Show me your research.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I need to check all researchers, and it's he's very much suspicious of them.
Yep.
He goes and looks into their research stuff, and
He's
what I
like-
loved about this is that we don't know exactly why what they had written down had there was no reason why he suspected anything from that. Now what probably is that Bodny had planned long in advance for someone's going to look through this, and so I'm going to write a whole bunch of nonsense that's just general astronomy stuff.
Yeah.
But also because they were taking stuff from the library equivalent of account.
Right. The books that they
Yes,
have
yeah.
aren't problematic. It's the things that they're using the books to do.
Right. The
So
research documents are
Right, so
because
it's
obviously it's just we're gleaning data.
yeah.
The math isn't wrong.
Right.
It's how you interpret the
Right.
numbers
So
and
the fact that we
everything.
have a bunch of books on, astronomy and stuff, yeah, that's fine. You
Right.
know. Right. It's the when they see the stuff that we've written down, that's what the problem would be.
The part that maybe was why I felt a little bit like off by it was that I would think that they would have a decent amount of it, but that's probably why Novak went and searched every single book, and they almost like time skipped through him searching for all of them because he stacked like tons of books.
Yep.
And so it's the like, I actually hid already the actual like my written stuff.
Right. Once you know,
it wasn't like it was in code or anything. It was just
exactly.
That's straightforward.
Once Botany got his working theory, probably the immediate next thing he did is, okay, cool, and now I cover
Here's
my
the box
tracks.
where I bury it, and
Yeah, exactly, because it's
I put it in the tunnel with
one,
everything
I
else.
don't want people to find out what we were doing, but two, I want this research to be solely mine. So I'm going to get rid of all the ways that we got to this conclusion.
Right.
You know.
The part where I was like kind of surprised by that though is that if all those books just have data, then why was he packing all those books? Like.
Probably to continue his research somewhere else.
No, totally. It feels like you're about to die. Aren't those just general astronomy? Like they're just in general, like, wouldn't they be the same conclusions that most people would have if they're not problematic?
Well, no, because again, there's the difference between data gathering and drawing conclusions, right? They probably wouldn't be interested in the things that are the conclusion stuff that people draw, even though that probably would be in some of the books, because that's part of.
No, totally.
Yeah, but it's all right, like, he probably knows more or less, like, okay, these specific books have the more important data that I still need to use, whereas the other ones have data that I've already used in the work we've done.
Totally. Again, I get that, but I still think that in a lot of ways, Botany staying behind to take up the books it's a little nitpick, but it felt really dumb.
Yeah,
because if you're actually feeling like you have only a few minutes, and he's like, oh no, I need 10 minutes to prepare to grab all these books.
All the books are to get away, to be able to write the letter before you leave, like.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out. But either way, the way that this show pulled us into the terror of Oxy specifically through this was incredible.
Yep.
And then the brilliance of having the necklace, which has carried us all the way since Rafal,
be the thing
that is their undoing.
Yeah.
Which is really fun because it plays into Oxy's thing of, just because you leave something off to somebody else, like, that's not necessarily,
That isn't exactly something to relax you, because you don't know if they'll actually, make it work. Yeah.
Right. You're putting your faith in them, if you will.
Yep.
And so the idea that Botany doesn't trust others. He doesn't have the capacity to do that really, because he has not just a great amount of intelligence, but his whole past is basically, marred with betrayal specifically. Right. And Oxy's bringing up the point of, hey, you want this research to be yours. I get that. But what's to stop you from becoming, even if you survive this, you get away and you get into your old age and you become Count Piast, basically.
Yeah, if you're just by yourself, you don't have anyone to basically check your work. And so then, like, do you actually want to be confident in your inaccuracy, or do you actually want, to be confident in your progressive realization of the truth, even if you don't necessarily get there exactly, because there's other people that are giving their input.
Right. And, obviously this is something that they can talk about later if they survive and stuff.
Right.
But I really do love the idea that from a very simple, practical perspective, Botany's right. Like, this is, you're debating something that we don't have the luxury of really thinking about in the immediate sense. Yes, it's got some merit to it and wisdom with regards to having others basically spur this on. But that's the worst case scenario in Botany's mind, because it's I fail, I die, or at the very least, I don't have the capacity to publish this, so it just lingers in a library somewhere.
Right, and yet he already got to the point where he was willing to publish it, even if maybe there's still work to be done.
Right, so in a lot of ways, he's kind of saying, but like, we should go backwards a little bit in Botany's perspective. And I like that Botany then pushed on this, because, yes, I think that Oxy's bringing up some great points from like a philosophical perspective, but I don't think he's thinking about this in the simple, most practical kind of way. And yet, in a lot of ways, we know he's right from the, if you think about this in terms of history, all the things that you kind of focus on, Botany, are primarily about like legacy and who gets the credit for this.
If you're actually prioritizing the development, then you would not hold on to it as your thing.
Right, but you also are assuming, Botany, that you're going to get to do all these things.
Right.
There's an element of this that has to do with the fact that Oxy understands the idea of this beautiful faith, if you will, this research is everything, passing on beyond somebody's death. And so I love that this is also kind of a question of basically like Botany's response to like the life or death kind of situation. Like, would you die for this research? Would you do anything to make sure it survived? Like,
yeah.
Or would you potentially end up becoming like the Count and needing to be kind of rescued out of your
own obsession,
your own prison?
Yeah.
By people like us, because people like us aren't special. But the fact that we encountered the Count and had the ability to set him free of that was a rare coincidence. Like, it was a very lucky thing for him to be able to see the truth before he died.
Right, and how much more so when the thing that we're actively researching is heliocentrism, that it's going to be even more difficult to get the thing that Count Piast needed. Right. But yeah, from a practical standpoint, though, we don't have time to talk about that. And two,
right. I like that they kept that conversation to before they realized that the carriage was coming, though. If they had tried to extend that into the carriage thing there, it would have pulled me out even like, like that would pull me out a lot. Now, obviously, we've got a fun situation where because Botany is a little bit arrogant, because he does want more than anything to succeed in this research being published, he is putting his life on the line by not immediately running.
Sure.
But I don't think this undercuts Oxy's decision basically to be like, well then I will go die for this. And I don't think he's ready to die necessarily, but
I think that's one of the things that makes it so impactful.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, I do not see Botany as being a trustworthy individual, right?
Well, no, he's not.
Yeah, he's entirely doing this for pride rather than because he wants people to know about this thing, right?
Right.
That's why he's prioritizing that it be only his research rather than that it is discovered in general.
Right, but it was never in question whether or not he was a trustworthy person. It's more that he's not thinking about the research above himself.
Right, but that's what makes it so brash and foolhardy and beautiful what Oxy's doing, because he's basically saying, yeah, that's where the heliocentrism is my faith. Yep. Because I'm going to believe in you doing this, even if a lot of the practical sides of things would say, that's not necessarily like the best idea. It's not necessarily a horse that you'd want to bet on, right?
Interesting.
And yet he's doing it. Yeah, I'm going to believe in you, right?
I feel like in a lot of ways, he's not really saying I believe in you, though. Like, he's actually more specifically talking about how much he believes in heliocentrism. And, like, him doing this for the sake of heliocentrism, saying, I'm trying to get you to see the value in this beyond yourself, but since I can't do that, I'm going to show you that this is more valuable to me than my life, than anything here.
Right, and even if you're not the most trustworthy of people, the thing that I value so much that even though you're not a very trustworthy person and all that stuff, and that I might die as a result of this, or in fact probably will, I see that as being a worthwhile trade.
Right, and thus it inspires Botany to answer in a lot of ways answer and quell the fear at the heart of Oxy as a character. Oxy's been concerned with eternity since we first met him.
Yep.
And given that he's been characterized as a very simple, uneducated, a poor man that doesn't really have a firm grip on the understanding of the way the world works. He has a very specific set of skills, basically, and that's mostly it. And he's got a heart, but in a lot of ways, his mentor Gross was kind of the one that helped wake him up here. So now that he's attained this new perspective, he's looking at the world from a higher place. He sees himself in a lot of ways in a much smaller and more, free place here. His last little bit of fear, if anything, is that he has substituted the faith that he had before for a different one, and that's still something that could betray him. That's still something that could fail him. He's effectively leaning on this in the same way that he leaned that, well, maybe eventually if I do enough things, if I go through enough penance or what have you, I'll be able to, work my way into heaven.
Sure.
And so that man wouldn't be able to go and fight with, reckless abandon here.
Right.
So
with true calm.
Calm, yeah. So Bodini kind of doing this in a way to say, hey, I know we have differing opinions on things, different beliefs or what have you, but I'm going to do what I can to quell this here, because
take this.
Does this act mean anything? Who's to say?
Right.
Obviously not in terms of objective reality, but in terms of his perspective. Like, does he actually believe he's doing something here? Not necessarily in the sense of eternity, but in this moment, the idea that he's saying, I'm going to trust in you, but also I'm going to trust in God, basically, to carry you through this. That's beautiful. And for a character as jaded and complex as Bodini, I love this simple little act here, because it's kind of the first moment that I felt like he's acted like an actual priest. Like,
right. And rather than it just being sure, I'll acknowledge that that faith is the current meta way of thinking, and it helps me do my research, and so it's necessary.
And probably from some general knowledge that he's gained through education, he probably is like, I would be stupid to throw that stuff out. But it's not because he's such a strong, devout believer.
Exactly.
It's the opposite kind of logic he's using. But that was just so powerful, and I love when this show does the dramatic light. Illuminating the scene, kind of freeze frames for a lot of these epic moments.
This
it just looks so good.
This felt just right with the level of grandiose presentation that the show likes to use. The events really feel like they match that,
Yeah. And then obviously just the image of the lone man on the road blocking the carriage with the sword gives major guts energy.
Sure. To say nothing of the fact that the whole planting of heliocentrism is my faith, and then he plants the sword in the ground to make a cross, and that's the thing that basically brings the carriage of the Inquisitors to stop.
A halt. The symbolism is on fire right now.
Yep. And then the action itself was fantastic. I love that it was quick. And he just. All right, we haven't really seen Oxy fight that much, right? Because we've seen him do the duel, and we've seen him almost square off with Novak, and then realize this is bad, and he leaves, right? And now it's like, oh yeah, no, this dude's a badass. Like, they had crossbows. I'm thinking, you're fucked. Like, that's
right.
And it wasn't some, bullshit of, him being like, hey, let's talk, and Novak being like, sure, or I'll handle this myself. Don't use no, he's just like fire at will, kill his ass.
Also, I was wrong. I can't believe I forgot to mention this, but he doesn't catch the fucking crossbow bolt. He blocked it with his scabbard. He deflected it off that.
Which is still insane.
It's insanely lucky and skilled, nice combination there, but it's not some anime nonsense of him timing the grab specifically. Like, he would also be able to stop the propulsion of it with his hand
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So just the reminder that we are going to have two very skilled, very strong,
Yep.
very focused, and men of faith here about to go fight to the death.
That's right.
That's fun because Novak is pissed.
Yep.
And I love the simplest thing of we don't really get any new information in the carriage about his backstory.
Nah.
It's just that he's like, yeah, I was a mercenary. And the guy's like,
Yeah.
you're now a man of God? It's like,
Right.
it was a time. It was an old me.
Yeah.
But I just got to let you know,
Not about whether you're ready to kill.
I don't need to know if you can think of this man as the enemy. Because in a lot of ways, he's not really, and this is maybe a fun thing that he's not really convinced me. Novak has not really convinced me if he's ready to die. And I really like this because the idea that he asked these guys here, like, oh, that's what I get. It's like, oh, fine. Okay. Obviously, Novak's fought many heretics.
Oh, yeah.
He's fought many people just as a mercenary.
Uh-huh.
Now, the mercenary stuff gets farther and farther away the further into the story we go.
Sure.
So obviously, he's got to keep himself fresh and stuff. And he probably doesn't do that as often as he used to. But I get the vibe, specifically, that the reason why he's asking Oxy if he's ready to die is because he knows that every time he's fought a heretic, specifically, the part that probably has scared him the most is that all of them were ready to die.
Yeah.
And it's I know that somewhere deep in me, I want to live to see my daughter. I do not want to die.
Yep. That's probably why he's still alive.
That's probably why he's still alive. But I also just love that because that means Oxy has a chance.
Oh yeah, no,
and I don't want to hope, man, but
so there are several.
He has a chance.
There are several reasons why Oxy has a chance. Novak is much older than Oxy, right?
Yes.
So that alone,
if it becomes a grapple, Novak's losing.
Yeah. And Oxy is also a lot bigger and stronger than him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So if those swords leave their hands, Oxy wins.
Yes. Unless Oxy is not willing to kill.
Sure, or if Novak has like a backup dagger or something like that. But
true, that's a good point.
But
dagger.
Barring that, we did have it established when they met earlier that Oxy's like, oh, if I fight this man, I'm going to die. Right? Like this guy is better than me, which. Also, given that we have that as our other establishing fact for this showdown, makes it even more awesome when we see Oxy be awesome, because then we're like, wait, hang on. And this dude looked at Novak and said, no, nuh-uh. Like, I'm not messing with that. I'm very excited. And also, I love every time that Novak like holds his falcata. It's just those are such beautiful weapons, and I love it.
They're so good.
They're so cool.
The historical fiction element of this show continues to come out in ways that I don't expect, where we get to have little things that are very historically accurate or things that are historically inspired.
Sure.
And, yes, I've been missing this kind of fiction since Vinland Saga. So
we know.
Yeah. We all know. But also now, just the, a true warrior talk, stuff.
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, at the same time, this being the show double dipping on the cliffhanger we had from the previous episode, where in the previous episode we're like, oh shit, it's Novak, right? How are they going to survive? They're all going to die. And then at the end of this episode, oh shit, it's Novak. All right, Oxy's going to die.
It probably wasn't the manga. It's like cliffhanger. Chapter of prep of oh god, the carriage is coming.
Yeah.
Next chapter is the talks in the carriage or what have you, and then the talk at the thing, and then the blessing or what have you, and it ends probably right here, right about when they're gonna fight. So it's the mangaka being like, tension? Oh, talkie. Tension at the end. Oh, talkie. Tension at the end, and it's just just stop doing that.
Also, there's that part of me that's like, wait, okay, but Oxy, all right, you could fight Novak, or now that you've dealt with the other people, just be like, yes, we're gonna fight, and then book it as fast as those big legs can carry you for the carriage. Cut the legs off of one of the legs off of the horse.
No.
Or just kill
the guy.
Sure.
And then jump on the horse.
oh, sure, yeah, and then just go. And that, and then Novak will be like, shit, I have to walk the rest of the way. And then there you go. You bought your 5 minutes, right? And you're also getting away.
See, if
but also we've established that Novak can throw that thing.
Yes, I know. Yes,
So,
that's
but also that'd be great because then he throws it and he doesn't have it.
okay, but here's the other part here. This is stupid, but if Oxy is, a true believer in all this and everything, obviously he's not going to do this.
Right.
But the most cutthroat thing he could do here is like, you going to roll these dice? You going to roll these dice? But that might resolve Novak's ability to then fight. But it'd be you really going to do this? I know who your daughter is.
Sure.
If you don't kill me, you know what happens, right?
Oh.
But if you walk away, if you walk away, we won't bring your daughter into this.
Sure.
We won't indict her when you have to bring us up for punishment.
Right. My partner's getting away right now. He also knows who your daughter is. I know who your daughter is. I could just run, and then you have to choose who you go after, and then your daughter's definitely getting brought down.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, but that might unlock okay, now I'm not pissed off. I'm murdering everyone.
Now, to be fair, that might also be something you want to do, Oxy.
Yes.
Because then, there are old swordsmen and there are bold swordsmen, but there are few old, bold swordsmen.
True.
Novak did not get to this point by being bold.
He still waited for the crossbows to fire.
Exactly.
Because he's not an idiot.
Right. You use the advantages that you have. And so if you make him mad and jittery or coming at you in a bull rush or whatever.
Nah. He would never come at him in a bull rush.
He'd probably make him go into the zone even more.
Yeah, it would probably just make him be like, okay, you're dead.
This is now cold killing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm breaking the rules. I'm writing more paperwork tonight,
Yeah, right.
I do want to say, in just a way that this show has fun ways in which it explores people grappling with faith in God and just this world and everything like that. To have the men of God show up. They fire their crossbows. All of them miss.
Yep.
He kills all of them but one. That one then proceeds to panic, run, slip on a rock,
and fall on
his own sword. I'm not a superstitious person, but something would tell me that God is not on their side.
Yeah, if you were to be like, who's God protecting? The one that impaled himself on his own sword? Or the one who managed to catch a crossbow bolt
with his scabbard?
With his scabbard,
It doesn't mean anything really, but it's still a thing where you get like, reality is stranger than fiction,
Yeah.
There's been some crazy people in just humanity's history who've done some things that you go, huh? Excuse me?
Yeah, right.
It's the whole thing of like, if we tried to make a movie of this, no one would believe it's real because they'd be like, that's not possible. And it's like, no, that's why we're making the movie because it actually
happened. And isn't that shit wild? Yeah. Yep.
So I love the karmic, he was going to like live by the sword, die by the sword, if you will, to quote someone there. Someone relevant in this regard.
Yeah.
But the, if this just happened, and you've got the like, oh man, Novak's like, I have such bad luck. It's like, then, you could just be like, run, little rabbit,
and never return.
And I mean, if I even catch a breath of you near my daughter.
I feel like the paperwork of we caught the heretic and I killed him, but also he did kill a bunch of my men. That's complicated paperwork. But what's really complicated paperwork is I caught up to the heretic, he killed a bunch of my men, and then he got away.
Oh, that's pretty simple paperwork. You just give the description of the guy.
Sure.
Take everything you found at the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's that complicated. I think it's
yeah. I guess maybe it'd be something where it wouldn't look good on your on your quarterly review.
Well, I think it's more something that when he kills people, he has to go in and prove with paperwork that he killed the right person. Like he's not just a killer running around killing whoever he wants.
Yeah, because after all, the church wouldn't approve of that and wouldn't let that happen.
Well, no, I mean, again, organizations are made up of people.
Right.
You can have bad organizations for sure.
Yeah.
But no one's disputing the fact that while Novak is a scary person, he does have morals and a code of some kind.
Oh, yeah, no, especially for the, like, if there's the talk of the, hey, you're a mercenary, we want to hire you to go after some heretics, and this will be giving you, like...
a license to kill.
A license to kill. Yes, we will absolutely be wanting you to report on exactly what kind of violence you do,
and then
so we can make sure you're not just
report on your reports, making sure that you aren't
some
bullshitting
here. Murderer just being like, great, I can kill whoever I want. You know?
Oh no, there's probably totally people that use this as a license to kill and forge evidence. Oh my gosh, you're telling me the cops are corrupt sometimes too? What? What?
Scribbles just scribbles heliocentrism on a piece of paper and then throws it on his body. Oh, hey, a heretic.
Such a good bit. Oh, it's horrible. All right, but yeah. They were gonna have a fight next episode.
I'm so worried.
So nervous.
Just kill the horse Oxy and leave. Just go. Just
Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.